And hello my friends, I'm Spell and welcome back to the channel. I really missed saying these words and well, here we are once again after what, 8 months or something like that. Okay, so first of all, I just want to thank you all for all your messages, for all your support. Apologies if you haven't been able to reply to every single one of you. It has effectively been very hard times for me and my girlfriend, to deal with everything, to try to rebuild our lives. It hasn't been an easy task, and mentally as well, to to assimilate everything that happened to us. It wasn't the easiest thing in the world. Yeah, we really appreciated your messages, and apologies if you haven't replied to them all, because effectively it was ours to be in the position that we were. So a quick update for all of you, but before that, just in case if you haven't been here, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, in June 2023, on the 14th of June 2023, a massive fire basically consumed the flat we were living at the time. It started at our neighbor's flat and then spread to ours and some other flats as well. I was not in the house on that day, but thankfully my girlfriend was. So she found the fire and she tried to put it out, but to no avail. When she saw the fire, it was still small enough, but when she went back in the flat to get a bucket of water, came back out, and the fire was already up the wall. So there was nothing that she could do apart from get our cats, alert the neighbors, and run, basically. So that's what she did, and I'm extremely proud of her. So yeah, that's what happened, and we basically lost everything, or that's at least what we were told at the beginning. So let's go to that as we are speaking about it. We had the communication from the company we were renting with, saying that everything was gone. There was nothing there. Everything was destroyed by water, smoke, or fire. So that was the communication we had, like the day after the fire, something like that. And let me say that we never had access to the flat. When I left the flat on that morning, that was effectively the day I said goodbye to, in a way, to the life I had, to all my belongings, to everything that I worked very hard to buy, and yeah, till this day I had no access to it, and well, it doesn't even exist anymore. They demolished it. So yeah, I just want to point that out. So then about 2 weeks later, after the fire, we were told, well, after all, we have a couple of things to collect, some clothing and things like that. So like, oh, all right. So everything that was on the front room, that was my working studio, where I'm a musician myself, as some of you know, so where I had all my recording equipment, where my ladders were, like all my motorcycle gear was there on the wardrobe. So all of that survived. apart from the trousers, my motorcycle riding jeans was not there, and a couple of other stuff. But like all the jackets and all that, they survived. So one less expense, I would say. And they survived in great condition, apart from the smell of smoke. But you take it for a ride, and the smell of smoke is it's effectively gone. So yeah, they got us that. Let me point out something very important. That was, we were preparing to move. So that was on the 14th of June, and on the very last day of June, we were gonna be moving to this new house that we are at the moment. So yeah, I had lots of my stuff already packed away, like t-shirts and all that. So that actually survived. I know, I was like, wow, going from you lost everything to you actually have a few things there to collect. It was quite hopeful, because you start to think that, hey, maybe not everything is gone. I'll be able to get my drone back, my PC and all that stuff, like on my music, because I was in the middle of recording a new album. That's a very important part of my life. So I'll be able to get that, but no. So they effectively got us like my motorcycle gear. My motorcycle helmet was there as well, but it was covered in smoke and ashes and water and all that. So no, I don't think it was safe to keep it. So yeah, that is gone. I still have it there though, but no, I'm not using it. So yeah, and then there was some electricals as well, like power banks. There were like external hard drives that were on top of my PC. There was a very old laptop that was ready to go in the bin actually, and that was working perfectly. iPad that was in the studio again, working fine. And I was getting ready to get some of the other things back, like of course all my studio equipment, and my drone, my GoPro and all. Unfortunately, the people that were responsible for getting our things back, they decided that I don't know, it wasn't worth to give us that. So yeah, for all I know, my piano, drone, GoPros, PCs, studio speakers, microphones, and all that, everything was put in the bin. That's for all I know. So yeah, and it's soul destroying. I mean, the entire experience, it destroys you effectively. When you see that your life is totally gone, the way you know it. You still, of course, you still have your life. You still, you have your girlfriend and your cats and all that, and those are basically the most important things. And when I received the news from the flat or from the fire, all I cared about was, are you okay? Because I was speaking with my girlfriend. Are you okay? Are you fine? Are the cats okay as well? That's all that matters. I don't care about anything else. I don't care that everything was destroyed. At that very first moment. But then, of course, if you start to be given hope that other things are all right, it starts to upset you even more when you discover that I don't want. It's still hard to speak about it, because you have your life destroyed, and then you discover that the people responsible for the safekeeping of your belongings decided that no, you're not getting anything else. We're gonna put that on the skip to go in the bin. Go to the rubbish. So yeah, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's fair. I don't think they even had the right to do that. So all the stress we had to deal with, we had another one on top that was having to deal with that, and because I felt so, so hopeless, but in a way so enraged, because those were my belongings. I was the one that was to say, like, or who had the right to say, this is going in the bin, this is not going in the bin. And especially when I was sent pictures where I can see my drone, where I can see like my piano there, and other things, and I can make assumptions that most likely 99% that will be working fine, considering that the laptop, considering that the power banks, that the hard drives are working flawlessly as well. And all of a sudden everything just disappears. Can you explain that? So I decided to take the company to court. We end up going for mediation. Okay, I cannot speak too much about it because legally, I cannot disclose what happened there. Apart from, we came to an agreement. But still, I don't think the agreement was fair. I don't think that justice was made. But in a way, I had not many options, because I just lost everything. I just had to restart my life from scratch. And if you are going to court, if you are going ahead with it, if you don't agree anything, during mediation, then I have to pay a lawyer myself. And again, if you are going to court, you have to be prepared that if you lose, you're gonna have to pay the lawyers and all that. So, I don't think it would be the smart thing. It would be what I wanted to be, in a way, the right thing was to pursue that till the very end, going to the very last consequences. But I had to look after my future, my girlfriend's future, like we as a family. So I couldn't simply blindly go for it, and then end up like losing because of whatever, and then having to cover a crazy amount of money, and I don't really have that crazy amount of money. So yeah, that was it. Yeah, we had to deal with that. We had to deal with situations like, for example, we effectively we were meant to come to this new property in May. So of course I had lots of things already here, and one of the things was my contents insurance. So that really messed me up a bit. It was my choice, but we were there for 8 years. I'll never, in my wildest dream, would think that the last 2-3 weeks of our stay there, we would have like a major fire. But hey, it was exactly what happened, and it sucks to be me, and that's totally on me. I cannot blame anyone else but me because of that situation. So yeah, that was another thing. And then was trying to recover psychologically from that. it was very hard. It sent me in a way on a path, like a very depressive one. But sometimes you just think like, what's the point of even being here, you know? Because if effectively I lost sense of direction of what my life was and what my life is now and what was gonna be. Like all those small routines that I had that made me who I was basically disappeared. You know, so that was very hard to accept. So I like to think that now I'm a bit better, considering the way I was at the beginning. I like to think that, but still, it's a long way before we can effectively put everything behind our back and not even think about it. But I, in a way, I don't even think that it is possible. It will never be possible to forget what happened, simply because it is a life-changing event, guys. There's no way of putting it. So there is no way we will ever forget what we went through. But at the same time, there will be no way we will forget about your support, about all the people that came effectively to our rescue. You know, we were lucky. We are standing here now because of the help of great people that really cared about us, like from work, from you guys who sent me lots of messages, the people at Harley-Davidson, the Dunedin chapter, we never crossed paths before. You know, everyone came to our rescue and helped us, you know, financially, emotionally as well, to recover from this situation. And yeah, we are standing now the way we are because of all of you. Otherwise, it would have been much worse. But anyway, during this these 8 months or so, 8-9 months, we had to prioritize. I think you would understand the reasons why I didn't prioritize the YouTube channel. I mean, the last thing in my mind was to make YouTube videos. You know, I did the one shortly after the fire because I think it was fair to let you guys know what was happening and that I would be away for a while. But considering that, you know, you basically had to restart your life, to start from ground zero, and we had, you know, a bed to buy, we had to buy a dining table, you know, a sofa, cutlery, dishes, and all that. You know, those things took priority. That was things that we needed, like the basic stuff that we needed to live. So of course, buying new GoPros and new drones and all that, it was the least of no, it was down there on the priorities list, was really down there. So I think that we are finally there. We are finally on a position where we can start investing in like a GoPro, the drone. I don't know. I really wanted to buy a drone, but you know, that's quite an expense. We are talking about like it's 1K, give or take. I mean, the DJI Mini 3 Pro I had with the Fly More kit was 1K. Now they sell the Mini 4 Pro, which is another 1K as well. so everything costs, and I cannot afford everything at once. So we have to be smart and do things in phases. So I will be buying the GoPro 12 now at the end of this month. So I'll be able to start bringing you some new videos. And the first one will be the Scottish Motorcycle Show happening, I think, on the 16th and 17th of March, something like that. Maybe I'll be able to start even sooner. I don't know. It will depend on several things. It will depend on exactly when I buy the GoPro, and it will depend on the weather as well. The weather has been absolutely atrocious here in Scotland, raining every time, and sometimes not even the rain. It's like the winds. The winds have been horrible. So I haven't ridden the bike that much at all. I mean, this year was really a shit show. If you take away the fire, let's forget about that. We start the year with the bike breaking down on me countless times. You remember me having the awesome low-rider ST for about like 3 weeks or so, because Alma was at Harley-Davidson. Then, of course, with everything that happened, I wanted to ride, but at the same time it was difficult to fight the position that I was at. So I was not motivated at all, although like riding the bike is something that I really, really love, and I really think is great for your mental health, but I couldn't go past that that will. I didn't have the will to even leave the house, so that was that barrier there. Slowly you start to break down those barriers and all that. But I did 2,000 miles last year. That was it. Probably maybe 3,000, counting with the days when I had the lowrider ST. So it was hard times. It was a very hard year. Hopefully now that will is coming back. You look forward a bit more to you want to leave the house. You want some fresh air, and hopefully now the weather will get a bit better. It will still be cold. We are still in February anyway, so it'll still be cold, but if at least the wind stops, that would be awesome. I was meant to be recording this video outside, next to some nice views, like the ones we have here in Scotland. But I went out actually today on a bike with the purpose of doing that. But as soon as I got to the nice places where I could record, it was extremely windy. So I'm not gonna record anything, because all you're gonna hear is the wind. It's pointless. So let's go home and do that at home. That's where we are, basically. So GoPro, end of this month. I'll bring you some videos. Scottish Motorcycle Show, if I can do some riding videos, awesome. I'll be doing a review of the new helmet I have, which is the Shoei Glamster. So I'll tell you all about it, what I like, what I don't like, if it works fine with the Cardo Packtalk Slim, if it doesn't, and all that. I'll do another video telling you about how Alma has been doing, if she's behaving after all the issues we had in 2023, and hopefully I'll be able to bring you much more content. Drone wise, I'll maybe July, August or September, around that time of the year, I might be able to get it, a new one, fingers crossed. Because again, it's quite an expense. So if I'm able to get it, awesome. I'll be able to bring you some nice footage once again. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So that's the update, guys. That's what happened. That's what's gonna happen now in the future. On another video, I'll talk to you about my plans for 2023. 23 is thankfully gone. But my plans for 2024, my intention is to take revenge of 2023. So I really hope to ride much more. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. All right, my friends, that's it. Thank you very much for all your messages, for all your support. It really meant a lot to us. And don't forget to ride safe, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Rock on.